get ready for some massive reveals for Jurassic World Rebirth. Vanity Fair has a new article out for Jurassic World Rebirth with lots of images and new information on the film. And the official Jurassic World Twitter account dropped a new teaser clip for the trailer coming tomorrow. Guys, I am shaking with excitement, but it's not all good news. For me at least. You might disagree. But let's dive in. First, some reveals for the plot. The reason the crew needs the DNA of the most colossal species is for a medicine to cure heart disease. All 3 species live on a single island where they were first created, which is described as an island of misfit dinosaurs. More about that later. All dinosaurs across the world are getting sick and dying out, only surviving in one specific area around the equator that is perfectly suitable to them. Rebirth continues the premise from Jurassic World that people aren't really impressed by dinosaurs anymore, to the point that the dinosaur museum Dr. Henry Lumis works for is being shut down. And we get a glimpse of the scene where Zora likely comes to recruit Henry for the mission as his museum is being packed up, and we get a recreation of the iconic shot from the original Jurassic Park. For the character of Dr. Henry Lumis, they are teasing that he has some sort of connection to Dr. Alan Grant, a history between the 2 characters. But we'll have to wait and see how the 2 characters are linked. In this image, we see Henry was indeed collecting DNA from the egg, as also described in the article. What's fun is that this shot takes place a little later than the shot that was revealed last week, and from the look on his face, it seems like the mother of the egg might have interrupted their science excursion, as he looks both surprised and terrified. Presumably, they'll have to flee the nest, which is what we are probably looking at in this image, Zora rappelling down the cliff face. The first huge reveal of the article is that it confirms that the part from the Jurassic Park novel that will be used in Jurassic World Rebirth is the river raft sequence. We speculated this in last week's video, and now we know that it is indeed the scene in which Dr. Grant and the 2 children attempt to drift through a lagoon in a rubber raft without waking a slumbering Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the article goes on to quote part of that scene. I think the family, not the ex-military crew, is going to be going through this harrowing experience, and that this beautiful screenshot of the T-Rex is from that specific scene. Given the dark, long hair, I think the character here is the character played by Luna Blaze, one of the child characters. It looks like the Rex might have just woken up and is about to give chase, but the characters might think they are safe in the raft, only to be in for a terrifying surprise. I absolutely love that the Rex has such a distinct skin pattern, and we'll see more examples of more vibrant dinosaur designs in the other images. The trailer is coming out tomorrow, so make sure you are subscribed if you don't want to miss out on anything. I'll be doing a trailer reaction as soon as it drops, and of course later, after watching it a million times, a trailer analysis. The article goes on to say that the team is going to venture to an island that was once home to the first Jurassic Park's research lab. If we are to believe David Koepp's rule against retcons, this should be Sorna, but I'm not entirely convinced, as it seems unlikely that the events of Jurassic World Rebirth could have taken place on Sorna without previous installments in the franchise also taking place on Sorna, coming across dinosaurs that are said to have some mutations. This line of course refers to the design changes of recurring species and creative flair in giving Titanosaurus sails. By the way, the dinosaur of yesterday's teaser has been confirmed as Titanosaurus. I did a short predicting as much, but a recurring comment was that people thought it was Diplodocus based on the long whip-like tail end. But while waiting for this Variety article to drop, this bedsheet design was revealed prematurely, and it shows the Titanosaurus design, recognizable by the slight sail or spikes as described in past leaks, and reveals it to have a very, very long tail. Back to the article, unfortunately, it also seems to confirm my worst fear for the movie, which is that the rumored monstrous mutant with too many arms is appearing as the villain dinosaur of the film. And I think it's this specific mutant we are hearing in the newly released clip.
Come on! Stop it!
The rumble reminds me very much of the sound design for the Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex, so for me, it evokes those thoughts of an animal that is not quite right. Let me know in a comment down below what you think. Back to something I think we can all agree is good news. The article strongly hints that Jurassic World Rebirth will have many character deaths. Plot armor is always strong in this franchise, and for certain characters that won't change, but Dominion didn't have the guts to kill off anyone other than the bad guys. So I hope that Rebirth does indeed change that, and I think we are getting a glimpse of the first character death in one of the images coming up. Before we look at the most exciting images, I want to encourage you to check out the full article on Vanity Fair's website. You do have to pay to get access, but I think we should very much support magazines for making awesome articles like this. Let's get to the two most thrilling images. First, we have a character hanging off the railing of their boat as a Spinosaurus bursts out of the water to snap at him. We'll get a better look at the Spinosaurus in the next image, but here we can already see that it has undergone a bit of a design change, more resembling the Jurassic World baryonyx in the crocodilian appearance of the head. But I think we can vaguely make out the sail in the burst of water, and again, I think that the next image is tied to this one, confirming that it is Spinosaurus. I'm not sure which character this is. The hair and outfit doesn't line up with any of the characters we've seen so far, so this person is possibly a small character that is serving as fodder and is about to die here. It does seem unlikely that they can survive this situation. But again, let me know what you think is happening here and who you think that is. The final image will absolutely shock you. It shocked me. Look at this. We have the cruise boat being circled by 3 Spinos and what I suspect is the redesigned Mosasaurus. The Spinosaurus we see has an updated shape to the sail, and there's even a variation in the colors on the sail. Other than that, we don't see much, but I will say the neck doesn't look absurdly short as was described in leaks. So I have hope that some of the ridiculous short-necked artwork we've seen has missed the mark. I'm also super curious for the Mosasaurus design to be revealed, as it looks to be more on the paleo accurate side and also has some colors going on. It appears that all 4 animals are completely focused on the boat. It doesn't seem like they are fighting each other for the honors of sinking the boat, but are maybe even working together. That would be a very strange interaction for them to have as 2 very different species, but sometimes animals of different species do work together, so who knows, and it could actually be an interesting thing for the story. We can see that the boat is near a wild-looking coastline, so presumably this is the island of their destination, and the animals attacking the boat is possibly going to leave them stranded on this island. Let me know in a comment down below which of these brand new images gets you most excited for Jurassic World Rebirth, and remember that the trailer is coming tomorrow with way more reveals, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you tomorrow for the trailer hype.